Hey guys, okay, so today I'm going to be doing like a summer reads, book library haul type of thing. I have all these books from the library. I have 21 books. Most of them are series, so we're going to get right into it so it's not too long. So yeah, the first series I'm going to do is the I Am Number 4 series. I only have 3 of 5 books, and they're not in order because my library didn't have all of them at the same time. So I have I Am Number 4, The Rise of 9, and The Fall of 5, which is the first book, the third book, and the fourth book in the series. So I'm missing The Power of 6 and The Revenge of 7. But I'm really excited to read this series. I've been wanting to read it a really long time, and I don't know if this is any different than the covers that match these, but I know this is pretty much the movie because he's on the front of it. So if you've seen the movie, you know it. I'm pretty sure everybody knows what they're about, so I don't really have to explain that. But I'm really excited to read this series. Okay, then the next book I'll show you is just a single book, and it's Maybe One Day by Melissa Cantor. And this is about, it's just a single book. I think I already said that. This is about 2 best friends and who feel like they're having the best life in the world, and then I think one of them gets sick. And it's about them going through the sickness and having to help her friend through it while she's also going through some stuff about boys in school and everything. So I mean, it just kind of sounded interesting, and it was just a single book because I have a lot of series books, so I wanted to have just a single book that if I just felt like reading one afternoon. So yeah, and it's not too long. This is like 384 pages, so it's not too bad. Then the next is also a single book. It's part of a series, but I didn't get the other series at the library because I already bought them like a long time ago. And it's Clockwork Angel, Clockwork Prince, and then The Clockwork Princess. I did read and buy the first 2 books like a long time ago, like in 8th grade, and I'm going to be a junior in high school. So I have to reread the series. So I saw this at the library, and they actually I think they just got it in, or they got it in actually this book came out a long time ago, but I haven't been able to read it because I've read so many other books, and I've been busy with other things, so I haven't been able to read it, but I really want to read this because I love this series. Cassandra Clare is definitely my favorite author, one of my favorite authors, just because of like the City of Bones series. I love that, the Mortal Instruments series. That was probably one of my favorites, next to The Beautiful Creatures, or I don't really know what that has a title, but I forget what it is, but Beautiful Creatures series. Those 2 are my absolute favorite series. Love them so much, and then this is a really good series too. Then the next book is just a single book again, but I also heard that you can read it along with the Crank series, but it has nothing to do with it. I believe that is what I've heard. But yeah, so this is Identical, and it's about identical twins, and they both have really bad lives, and it's about them trying to stick together and try to fight over it, but they're also the one I think is they're trying to outwin each other, so one of them has to save them, because yeah, and I love how she writes. I've never read one of her books before, but it's like poetry, and it's kind of cool how she writes like that. Okay, then the next series is 2 books. It's The Eternal Ones, and then All You Desire, and I don't know if she's making another one, but I know that it's just 2 for right now. These books are big, and I don't mean big in pages, I mean it's big. Compared to an average sized book, it's a pretty big book. So yeah, but I don't think it's normal print, and it's not that long, probably, yeah, it's like 380 something pages. This is about this girl who, I guess she was murdered in a past life, and she keeps having visions of her past life and like a past boyfriend and stuff, and then she meets a new guy and she thinks that that's him, that's her boyfriend, or it might be her murderer. And I guess it's like about her trying to figure out what happened in her past life, I assume. I haven't really read it or understood it, but that's what I think. The next series I'm reading right now, actually I'm reading the first book, is the Abandoned series. I'm almost done with it. I have like 50 pages left. This is by Meg Cabot. So yeah, and then the next one is Underworld, and then the third one is Awaken. And this is about, I can tell you what this one's about because I'm reading it and it's really good, really into it. It's about this girl who died when she was 15, and you learn about her death. It's kind of, the way she writes is really cool because it gives little secrets away, but it doesn't give you the whole thing. Like, it will say, like, what happened at my old school, but like I was kicked out because of what happened at my old school, but then she would stop it there. She wouldn't say like I was kicked out because this and this happened at my old school. She's very vague about it, and then later on you find out, okay, she brings back the topic, and then you find out why she was kicked out of school. So I think that's really cool how she does that. It kind of keeps us wanting to read more and keep flipping the pages and everything. So yeah, so she dies, and then she comes back to life. She gets taken to the underworld, and she's in the underworld, and she meets this guy. Well, she sees this guy, and she recognizes him from when she was little. So she goes up to him, and he kind of like rescues her from the underworld, but she doesn't know what's going on. So she freaks out and she gets out of there. And so then she comes back and she's alive again, but strange things are happening after she has been alive, and she has to go to like shrinks and all these things because everybody thinks she's crazy for talking about this thing that happened to her after she died and all this stuff, and it's just about her story. She goes back to she moves to her mom's old town, and that's pretty much where the story takes place. And then it's really also cool how she writes because she talks about before she was killed, her death. She actually like explains death, which I thought was really cool. Right after the death, things that has happened in between the present and when she died, and then also what is happening right then and there. So she's writing very different point of views, past, present, all over the place. So thought that was very interesting and cool, and it keeps you intrigued and you just want to keep reading. The next series is 2 books. It's Carrier of the Mark and Shadow of the Mark. This is about, I just read this. She goes to Ireland and she meets this guy, darkly handsome, Adam DeReese. But she discovers that their fate was like sealed long ago, and they're like, them being together could ultimately like kill them both. And I guess it's just like about that journey and how they go about that. The next series is actually a trilogy, but I only have 2 of the books. It's Shadow and Bone and Siege and Storm, and the third one is Ruin and Rising. But I don't know if that book just came out or my library just got it, but there's like a kajillion people on hold for it, so I wasn't able to get it, but I have the first 2 books, so I'll be able to read that and figure out what the story is about. I don't really know. Look it up because I can't, it's kind of long to read. But look this up, it's definitely worth looking up. It's probably some like murdering, it looks like castles. Maybe it's something like castles with like kingdoms and stuff. I don't know. That that'll be interesting though. Okay, and then the last series is the Secrets of the Immortal Nicholas Flamel. It's the Alchemist series. There's 6 books in this series, and I was really surprised. My library had all 6 books, and I was able to check all of them out at the same time, so I could read them. So the first one is The Alchemist, and this is about a story where there's this person who lived in like 1313, or 1330, I think it's 1330, yeah. And he was like called the greatest alchemist of his time and stuff, and so supposedly he died in 1413. I think that's where I got the 13 from. No, it's 1418. Supposedly he died in 1418, but people still believe that he thinks that he's alive now. He's protecting his work of all his alchemist ideas and I guess concoctions and stuff. And if it gets into the wrong hands, it could be like destroy the world. So these brother and sister, which I think, what are their names? Sophie and Josh Newman. They go on this like, I think they go and they try to save the world because they are the only ones that are able to do it and have the power to do it. So the first one is the Alchemist. The second, which is spell, is the Magician, I think. Hold on, I gotta get this. Okay. The Magician. I love these covers. I think they're absolutely fantastic. I love them. Okay, then the next one, I believe, is the Sorceress. Then the Necromancer. Don't know if I said that right. The Warlock, which this is my all-time favorite cover, just because I love the lightning. I think it looks so cool. And then last, the Enchantress. And then also what I think is cool about this book is, this series, is that he does the book edges, so it's like the old time, like when this book takes place look, and I think that looks really cool. So yeah, this is my book library haul reading of the summer. So yeah, I'm going to finish the abandoned book because I'm almost done with it, and then I can start the second one, and then I can read all these other books that I have. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.